Hello everyone, in this tutorial I'm going to explain you how to perform unit testing on the software. So if you Google it out, what is the definition of unit testing? Google will tell you unit testing is defined as a type of software testing where individual components of a software are tested. Unit testing of a software product is carried out during the development, blah 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 blah, and individual components may be either an individual functions or a procedure. Unit testing is typically performed by the developer. To tell you it in simple word, basically when we are writing a software, we will be using a lot of conditional statement in it. So in unit testing, what we will be doing, we will be writing a mock test so that we can call each and every function in the software in order to check whether the conditions are getting satisfied and a line of a code are getting covered or not. By doing unit testing, we can trace if there is any bugs or a flaws in a software before giving the project to the customer. So unit testing is performed before integration testing and system testing. So I won't go much into theory. Instead of that, we will have a practical demo. In order to configure Google Test Framework on your Linux system, you can refer this website where they have clearly mentioned how to install Google Test Framework on your Linux system. I'll give the link in the description. So without waste of time, let's get started. Here I have already created one source file. Let me open the source file, account.cpp file. In this source file, I have created one class, that is bank account, and inside that we have defined two functions. One is deposit and another one is deduction. For simplicity, I have written this everything in public. So let me create a test file in order to perform unit testing on this source file. So I'll name the test file as account test.cpp file. Let me open my source file as well, which is account.cpp file. I'll open this header file. I'll copy this header file to my account test.cpp file, as it is a standard method to use IOStream when you are writing a C++ program. And then let me include my gtest file as well. gtest dot h, here using namespace standard. Let me write my first test case, test. You can give any name. Let me write bank account. This is my first test, case 1. Now in order to access any member function of class bank account, I need to create an instance. So I'll create an instance of class bank account. Bank account instance. Now using this instance, I'll call my call deposit function, and here I'll deposit 100 rupees into account. Now we will check whether the value is properly written to balance variable. So in order to do that, I will check expect equals 100 comma call my balance variable. Now this expect equal to, it will check whatever the value it is returning from balance variable. If it is equal to 100, then it won't throw an exception, but if it is not equal to 100, then it will throw an exception. So let's close this using curly braces. Now we have to use a in main, which is required for Google test. Here it's a argument character comma character pointer arg. Testing is a namespace, call init Google test. I hope it is init Google test. Let me check once. Init Google test, yeah, is it init Google test? And then rest of rc comma argv. Here let return run all tests. Just write everything and close. Now go to your bin directory where all binaries will be created. Do ls. There is nothing in my bin directory, but first of all I need to configure by using cmake. Go to one directory back where we have written test script for in cmake list.txt file. So it will check all compiler and it will configure my sandbox. So configuration is done. Now if I do ls, my make file is already there. So using make utility I'll run my make file. Okay, I got 2 error. It is telling me that bank account was not declared in the scope, instance was not declared in the scope. Okay, so come one directory back and just open your account test file. Also open your main source file, that is account. Okay, let me tell you one thing. So whenever you want to perform unit testing on any source file, you need to add that source file in your test unit test .cpp file. So let me add it here. Hash include, the name of the file is account.cpp. Just write everything. So before closing this, every time when I have to modify anything, I need to individually open each and every source file. So to avoid that, we can save this view in Vim. So let me make a session of it. I'll create a session called mk session. So make session. Let's name that session working.vim. Now quit everything. Go to your bin directory, and if I do make again, invalid was not declared. Okay, what is not declared? Virtual bank account test1 test body. Let me open it again. So I'll open my session right now instead of opening individual file. Working Vim. Is it account AWC? Okay, here that is a spelling mistake, I guess. Hash include it is. Just write everything and quit everything. Go to bin directory, again make error, class bank account has no member name balance. Okay, so again come one directory back, open your session. This is small spelling mistakes error. If you see, there is a spelling mistake here. LANC. Just write everything. Go to bin directory back, and if I do make here, it will modify, means it will take all changes which is modified recently, and it will compile all those files again. Now if I do ls here, you can see my executable file has been created. So I can just run my executable file here. If I run my executable file, you can see it is showing me bank account test1 is running, and then it is returning okay, meaning that my test case 1 got run successfully. That means if I go one directory back and open my session working, so in test case 1, what I have done, I'm just depositing 100 rupees, and I am checking if the deposited value is equal to 100. Yeah, obviously it is 100, that's why my test case is getting passed. But suppose if I modify this value say 50, and if I run my test case again, just write everything, close everything down, go to your bin directory, just run make, and if I do ls, you can see again my executable file has been created. So just run the executable file. Now it is telling test case 1 is getting run, but unfortunately it got failed because my actual value is 100, because I am depositing 100 rupees, but then I am checking whether the value is equal to 50, and obviously the expected value is not equal to what I am expecting to be, so hence the test case is getting failed here. Now let's go one directory back and modify my test case again, and let me open the file back. Now what I'll do, I'll just make it 100 as it is, and I'll copy this entire test case as it is, and I'll paste it here. I'll name this test case as test case 2. Now instead of exception, we will use assertion. So let me write assert equal to also sorry, and also let me deduct some money from my account by calling deduction. I'll deduct 50 rupees from my account where I have deposited 100 rupees. Now we will check expect equals whether the value is equal to 100 again, just to show you different types of error which we may face while running test case. So instance, and then access the balance variable. Write everything and close down, go to bin directory back, just do make, and you can see everything run properly. So run my executable file. Now you can see first test case 1 got passed, then it is trying to run my test case 2, but value is not what we are expecting, hence the test case is getting failed. Now I'll explain you the difference between assertion and exception. So let's go one directory back, open my session. Now if you see here, test case 1 is getting passed because whatever the expecting value, whatever value we are expecting, it is equal to whatever value we are returning into the balance variable. But in test case 2, we are writing we are depositing 100 rupees, and okay, before that let me show you this. See, difference between assertion and exception is that, as see, whenever this condition is not satisfying, okay, that time what will happen, it will throw an assertion. As a result, your test case will get halt, or it will directly stop executing. That means if this condition is not satisfying, it won't try to execute the next piece of line. So let me show you. If I make this as 500, write everything and close everything down, go to your bin directory, and if I do make, it will run everything as it is, and then just execute your executable file. So as you can see, whenever it is trying to run test case 2, it is getting filled because actual value is 100, but what I am trying, I have written assert if it is equal to if it is equal to 500. Now obviously the value is not equal to 500, so that's why the test case is getting halt here, and it won't execute the next piece of line, so it will come out of that test case. So that is the difference between assertion and exception. Now let me come one directory back, sorry Siri, let me open my session. Now whenever you are writing number of test case, what we have seen that same piece of code, that is creating an instance, getting copied multiple times. So you can avoid that by using test fixtures, so that you can create an instance only once, and that instance you can use in multiple test case files. So let me show you how to create an test fixture. So in order to create a test fixture, you need to create a class called, you can name anything. So let me create a class bank account test, and I'll give the public derivative. So I'll derive publicly test class, testing test class. Protected, it can be anything, protected or public, but not private, because you are going to use a member of this class in order to access the variable or in order to call the functions. So let me create pointer here of class bank account. Here we are using two function of class test, that is void setup. It's like a constructor and destructor. Make sure it is a capital U. Setup, this will act as an constructor which will create, which will initialize as soon as you are using this class. So I just want to create an instance. So how I can create that? You can use the pointer account, which is equal to new bank account. Just print I am alive, that instance, so that you can see whether the instance has been created or not. So let me write alive, print on new line. Same way you can call the destructor, or the function is defined in test class called void teardown. Delete account, and just print cout dead, print it on new line, and this function. Now whenever you want to use a test fixture, you cannot directly write test, you just have to write it as test fixtures underscore fixtures, give the test fixtures class name, that is bank account test, sorry it's capital test, and then you can give any name for this. I'll write as test using test say test tree. Let me write test case here. So what I'll do, as whenever I'm calling this class, already one instance will be getting created over there, so I don't have to use that I don't have to create another more instance, so I can use directly the created instance as it is, arrow operator, and then call deposit. How much money you want to deposit? 200 say, and check. So check using expect equals, I'll just make 100, and then account access your balance variable. Everything looks pretty good. Just save it, close everything down, and go to bin directory back, make error. what is this? After class definition. Okay, open your session again. Okay, this should be not colons, it should be semicolons. Go to bin directory back and just do make. Okay, my executable file got created. Just run executable file. Now as you can see here, my first test case getting run. So one instance has been created, so that's why it is printing alive. But this test case got failed as it is throwing an exception saying that the actual value is 200 because I am passing value 200, but I am expecting it to be 100. So that's why it is throwing an exception. And then again here you can see the destructor is deleting the pointer or the instance. So like that you can avoid creating multiple instances by using test strictures, or you can avoid replicating same piece of line again and again. Now again let me go to my session. I'll open my session back, -session, and then working. So try to write test case as small as possible because it is easier to debug small test case. With Google Test Framework you can use other tools in which you will get entire reports where you can check how many numbers of lines got covered and how many numbers of lines are remaining to cover. So that's it for today guys. Keep learning and stay tuned for my next video. Have a nice day. Bye bye.